Good morning from the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I have got a 3-day adventure ahead of me. So I am starting out with a road walk on Straight Fork Road, and I'm going over to Beech Gap, where I'll take that up to Balsam Mountain, all the way up to TriCorner, stay the night there on the AT. The next day I'll come all the way back down all of that, grab the next Beech Gap trail, take that up to Hyatt Ridge and on up to campsite 44. Then on the last day, I'll come out of campsite 44, take Hyatt Ridge over, grab Enloe Creek out and back, and then come all the way back down to Straight Fork Road, where I'll road walk back out to the vehicle. So really looking forward to this. High degree of certainty that it's gonna rain every day, all day. So let's get on it. Let me show you these trails. Get out and do some hiking. So as of May 2026, if you're planning on getting to either one of the Beech Gap trails, Hyatt Ridge, or Balsam Mountain trailhead, the road to get there, Straight Fork Road, Tuga, whatever you want to call it, it is closed and there's no plans to reopen it as of May of 2026. So you have a nice little road walk to get you there. It's not a hard road walk, but depending on which trailhead you're going to, it's 2, 4, 6 miles, depending on which one you go to. So just know that. Don't let it stop you from doing these trails though. It's not that hard of a road walk. Even though you do have to road walk to get to these trails, the walk itself is pretty cool. So let me check that out. That's pretty cool. So at the end of my 3-day adventure, I will come out right here and take that road walk all the way back to the vehicle. So we'll see that in 3 days. And tomorrow I'll be taking this trail. I'll come down from TriCorner Shelter on the AT and come all the way back down to here and head up that way. All right, made it to the Beech Gap Trail. So 2.5 miles up to Balsam Mountain. And this is a climb. And so with the wet conditions and the humidity, it's gonna be slow going, and it's a really good climb here. So I'm in no hurry, so I'm just gonna take my time, enjoy it, and get up to Balsam Mountain. But coming up the Straight Fork here, you know, honestly, 99% of that road is perfectly fine. Like they could open it up tomorrow all the way up to here, and I think it'd be perfectly fine. There's just a couple, maybe 2 little tiny sections that need a little bit of work to make it safe. But again, I'm no expert, but it would cut out about a 4-mile walk for anyone who wants to do this trail. All right, let's get on Beech Gap and get the climb up to Balsam Mountain. Hiking up Beech Gap and come across this rock. I don't even know how that happens. You've got a rock, like a tree just growing right out of the rock. That's pretty amazing. Huh. But as promised, Beech Gap is a lot of uphill. So taking it slow, definitely not breaking any speed records, but getting to the top. So this has been Beech Gap Trail pretty much the entire time, so not really a whole lot to film besides me huffing and puffing going uphill. So this is it. Well maintained, pretty woods. Just not a whole lot to see. Almost to the top of Beech Gap Trail. Fog started rolling in. This is my view right now. Absolutely beautiful out here. Raining just a little bit. That's okay. Almost to the end. Made it to the Balsam Mountain and Beech Gap Trail intersection. Now I'm going to be heading up Balsam Mountain. Still got probably about a half mile of uphill before it flattens out, and then it's just a little tiny gradual uphill all the way to TriCorner at the Appalachian Trail. And man, that Beech Gap Trail, it's a beach. It'll give you a workout, and so come ready to climb. But I'm going to take a little break here and then get back on the trail, head up Balsam Mountain. Let me show you the trail. Hiking along Balsam Mountain, and this tall grass here is coated in water, so every time you walk through it, it absolutely soaks everything from your thighs down. That's pleasant, but it's nice up here. I like this upper elevation. It's really foggy today. It's beautiful. All right, made it to Laurel Gap Shelter here on Balsam Mountain. Nobody in here. I've already went and checked just to make sure. But nice little shelter. I've stopped here and ate lunch before, so it's a nice one. Weather update. So there is another storm that's rolling through. It's not been raining for probably the last hour and a half, which is fantastic. So I'm going to try to make it up to TriCorner Shelter there in the next couple hours, a few hours, to try to beat the storm if possible. But let's see. Made it to the Balsam Mountain and Mount Sterling Ridge Trail intersection. I will obviously continue down Balsam Mountain. I've got 5.8 miles to I reach the AT, and just a little bit after that to I reach a shelter. So let's finish up the Balsam Mountain. It should be, for the most part, fairly flat with a little bit of incline, but nothing that's too bad. So let's get on it and let's get there before this rain rolls in. Making my way along Balsam Mountain Trail here, and it is definitely one of the more rugged trails. There's lots of rocks, lots of blowdowns, lots of obstacles to get around. I mean, the woods themselves are beautiful, but man, the trail it's rough. So just keep that in mind. But I've got, like I said, about 2.5 miles before I get to the shelter. And I'm ready to relax a little bit. Made it to the Balsam Mountain and the Appalachian Trail intersection, and the shelter is just about 1/10 of a mile down the hill there. Definitely going to sit back and relax a little bit tonight. Got in before the rain started, so that's great. Go down there and scope out the situation. I hear some movement down there, so I'm pretty sure there's some people down there already. But see if I can get me a good spot. Here we go. Good morning. This is day 2 of the adventure. I didn't film a closeout for day 1. There were too many people in the shelter last night. Didn't want to be weird. Didn't want to disturb them. We ended up with a full house in the shelter, and so that was interesting. But today, so we're going back down Balsam Mountain and back down Beech Gap, about 10 miles there, and then taking the second Beech Gap, going up to Hyatt Ridge, and then to campsite 44, McGee Branch, one or the other, and that's where I'll be staying tonight. And so really looking forward to it. I'm gonna not film a whole lot on this trip down because I already filmed it coming up, so I'll film more once I get down to Beech Gap. Other than that, had a good night in the shelter. Full house, but at one point we had 4-part harmony and snores, so it was pretty interesting. So word of advice, if you're staying in a shelter, bring earplugs. That's a requirement. Anyway, let's get on the trail. I'll see you a little bit further down. So I made it to the next Beech Gap trail, and it has rained nonstop for the last 4 hours, or more than 4 hours. And so rain has permeated every fiber of my being, and I believe the Holy Spirit even opened an umbrella. I think I felt something that might have been that. So anyway, I've got this Beech Gap trail about 3 miles to get up to Hyatt Ridge. Probably not going to film a whole lot because it's raining and it's just absolutely nasty out here. So it's all uphill, and let's get it done in the rain. Made it to campsite 44 and went up Beech Mountain, and I didn't film very much on it because it was pouring rain. It poured rain on me all day, and so everything I have on was soaked. I did have a liner in my backpack which kept most of my stuff dry, but still just a matter of getting changed out and everything. I'm just soaked. So it's about 3 o'clock. I'm going to try to get dried off a little bit more and then hit the bed early. Get up tomorrow, going to leave campsite 44, go out to Hyatt, and out and back on Enloe, and then back to the truck, and that'll complete my 3-day adventure. So get out and do some hiking if you can. Like I say, it rained all day on me, but it's a great day hiking. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. Y'all have a good one. So I didn't get to film much last night. But good morning. It is day 3, and this is campsite 44, and I am set up right here. I was set up right there. Tearing down here in a minute, and it's early morning, so lighting isn't great. But there you go. There's campsite 44. It's a big slant, and to be honest with you, I think where I'm set up is probably about the only flat spot on this whole hill. So maybe good for hammocks. I don't know. There you go. There's campsite 44. Let's get on with the morning. This is the Hyatt Ridge Trail, where it breaks off and goes towards Enloe Creek that way, which is the direction I'm going to be going. I came from right behind me, campsite 44. And so I'll continue on Hyatt Ridge, do Enloe out and back, and then head back to the truck. So it's another rainy day, so I don't know how much of this I'm going to film because it's hard to get the camera out and film and not get soaked. So here we go. Made it to the Enloe Creek and Hyatt Ridge intersection. I'm going to be taking Enloe Creek that direction and going all the way 4 miles up to Hughes Ridge. So maybe 3.5 miles up to Hughes Ridge. And so motivation to get going because I'm soaked. I'm ready to be done. And so let's get on it. I'll show you some of these trails if I'm able to. The rain is just non-stop. So let's get on it. So this is Enloe Creek. Not really sure why they call it a creek. It's more like a dang river. But Enloe Creek with the infamous bridge. We'll go take a look. There we go. This is campsite 47. So there's some spots over here for tents. There's a bear hang there. This is probably the premium spot over here for tents. You can probably put 3 or 4 over there. And another bear hang right there on the bridge. You're not going to really put a hammock up here, I don't think, but nice little spot for tents for sure. So there you go. It's campsite 47, Enloe Creek. Made it to the Hyatt Ridge Trail and the Enloe Creek Trail, and that Enloe Creek is like a giant V. So no matter which way you do it, you're going down, way down, and then you're going way up. And I'm about to turn around and go back and do it again. And here is a nice water crossing that you have to do. My feet are soaked, so I just went right through the middle of it. About shin high. There you go. Very cool. And just like that, I am back to the Hyatt Ridge Enloe Creek intersection. And I've got 1.8 miles down that direction to get back to Straight Fork Road. And then just about a 2-mile road walk back to the truck. It's been a great weekend, great week hiking. Let's get it done. There's Enloe Creek that I just came back up. That's Hyatt Ridge that I came down this morning. And here is Hyatt Ridge, 1.8 miles back to the road. Hiking down Hyatt, and it's really pretty through here. You get great views of this creek that comes right through here. Very nice. Very nice way to end my hike. Made it to the end of Hyatt Ridge Trail, and so that leaves me about 2 miles to get back to my truck on Straight Fork Road. And so this whole weekend has been fantastic. Just to recap, so I started out with about a 4-mile road walk on Straight Fork, took Beech Gap up to Balsam Mountain, and then took Balsam Mountain all the way up to the Appalachian Trail and stayed at TriCorner Shelter the first night. Very nice shelter, highly recommend it. The next day left TriCorner, went all the way back down Balsam Mountain and Beech Gap, and then took the second Beech Gap trail and took that over to Hyatt Ridge and then over to campsite 44. Stayed there the second night. Don't think I would recommend that campsite. Not a whole lot to it. Quite honestly, it probably should just be shut down. But anyway, the next day, day 3, left campsite 44, jumped back on Hyatt, took that over to Enloe, went out and back on Enloe, and then down Hyatt to Straight Fork again. And now I've got the road walk back. So overall, just a really enjoyable weekend. Besides all the rain, like I say, it rained on me every day. And on day 2, I considered building an ark because, I don't know, didn't think I was going to make it out of there. But then I remembered that God said he wouldn't flood the earth again. So I thought, well, let's just keep hiking. So did that. It rained all night, all day. Did a lot of day 3 in the rain. Thank God it's not raining now. But the good news, with the completion of that section of trails, I have 1 mile left to do to complete my map of all the trails in the Smoky Mountains. And so I'm going to do that last mile with my family, and I'll post that with a video of that here before long. So like I say, it's been a great hike. I saw bears, I saw multiple encounters with wild boars, turkeys, a pack of wild dogs. I saw all kinds of stuff. So it was a great day hiking. I really enjoyed it. This is a good loop to do. Prefer to do it when it's not raining, but it was a good little loop, good little 3-day, 2 nights. So if you get the chance, get out and do some hiking. We'll see you on the next one. God bless.